Hello students, welcome back. Today we are going to discuss some more concepts from molecular biology under part 7. The concept is experimental proof to explain semi-conservative mode of replication. In previous video we discussed different types or modes of replications. The three different types of replications are conservative replication, semi-conservative replication, and dispersive replication. We discuss clearly about all these three. So now in this today's concept, there is a experimental proof for this semi-conservative replication. So what is that semi-conservative replication? DNA produces a new DNA molecules. So here the newly formed DNA molecule consists one old DNA strand, DNA strand, and another is a newly synthesized DNA strand. Then it is called as semi-conservative. So in semi-conservative replication, newly formed DNA molecule consists one old strand and another one is a new strand, which is synthesized complementary to the old DNA strand that we will call as semi-conservative. Whereas in conservative, the entire molecule it produces a entirely new DNA molecule, and in dispersive the old strand is present randomly between the newly formed strand. Then it is called as the dispersive type of replication. So the most widely accepted type of conservation is semi-conservative type of replication. So that's why in this concept there is an experimental proof for this semi-conservative replication. We will discuss about that experimental proof. The experimental evidence that DNA replication is semi-conservative was obtained by Matthew Michelson and Franklin Stahl in 1958. So this experimental evidence or proof for this semi-conservative type of replication was given by Matthew Michelson and Franklin Stahl in 1958. They carried out a series of experiments in Escherichia coli, E. coli bacteria. So the experimental material for these scientists is Escherichia coli. They used heavy and light isotopes of nitrogen. So these isotopes are not a radioactive elements. So heavy isotope that is represented with the N15 and light that is a normal nitrogen that is N14. N14. So it is these isotopes, that is heavy isotope and light isotope, used to distinguish between the parental as well as newly synthesized DNA strands. So in semi-conservative replication, what we said, the newly formed DNA consists one old strand and it also consists a newly synthesized strand. Two strands are present. So one belongs to old and another belongs to the new. So they are using these two different type of isotopes. That means in same nitrogen, one is normal nitrogen and another one is the isotope. These two are used. Why they are using? To distinguish, to identify which one is the parental DNA strand and which one is the newly synthesized strand. To detect that, they are used like this. Now the experiment was carried out as follows. The first step in the experiment: when the bacteria were grown in medium containing N15, that is a nitrogen isotope in ammonium chloride. So medium consists ammonium chloride. In this ammonium chloride, nitrogen is present. That nitrogen is a isotope N15, nitrogen present in this ammonium chloride. As the sole nitrogen source for many generations, so the nitrogen source for this bacteria is ammonium chloride. The ammonium chloride, the nitrogen consists isotope. That is the only a source for several generations. The nitrogenous basis of the DNA and other nitrogen containing compounds of these cells contain only the heavy nitrogen isotope. So nitrogen bases, we know adenine is one nitrogen base, guanine nitrogen base, cytosine nitrogen base, and thymine. These nitrogen bases, they are required nitrogen. So now here the source of nitrogen is N15. It is only a source. For several generations, they are allowing to several generations. I am saying not several years, several generation. Bacteria completes its life cycle or maybe its division within within an hour. So that's why for several generations they continue their generations in the same medium. As a result, so we are already known that we are given the introduction, that is replication, that is DNA. To synthesize new DNA, it requires nucleotides. That means nitrogen base is also required. So when several generations are occurred in the same medium, they get the nitrogen source from this medium only. As a result, this isotope is become the part of their DNA as well as other compounds. Nitrogen compounds are all are become with this nitrogen 15. Please remember this point. So before starting this experiment, full-fledged experiment, first step, they grown the bacteria in the medium containing N15. So the N15 means it is not alone, they need not to keep in the medium. It is not possible to keep only N15 in the medium. So it need to keep along with a compound. So that compound is ammonium chloride. So this ammonium chloride medium is acts as a source for nitrogen. So that nitrogen is considered isotope. That nitrogen is a isotope. When the bacteria use this nitrogen as a source, all the nitrogen bases present in DNA consists this N15. So the bacteria which is cultured in this ammonium chloride, which consists isotope, their DNA consists this N15. Remember. Next, the heavy DNA. Here heavy DNA, it is represent that the DNA consists nitrogen bases. That nitrogen bases having N15. So that it is considered as the heavy DNA, can be separated from the normal DNA by cesium chloride. Why? Because when this cesium chloride is added to that to separate that normal DNA is nothing but it consists N14 normal DNA. They need to increase their density. So to increase that density, they will use that cesium chloride. So then density gradient centrifugation they will do. So that means based on the density, they are separated. In this procedure, the DNA is mixed with the concentrated solution of cesium chloride and centrifugated until the double stranded DNA molecule reach equilibrium according to their density. That means reach the until to separate according to their density. So for increasing the density, they use that cesium chloride, concentrated cesium chloride solution, and they will centrifuge it. So during that centrifuge, up to one, the centrifuge is continue. The centrifuge is continue until the double stranded DNA molecule separate according to their density. Next, cultures of bacteria grown in medium containing ammonium chloride, in this nitrogen having N15, were washed free of the old medium. Old medium is that ammonium chloride with isotope, and incubated in fresh medium with light ammonium chloride. That means this ammonium chloride, that means the bacteria, first point we discussed, no, bacteria is grown in a medium containing nitrogen isotope. So nitrogen isotope alone need not to possible to keep. That's why the nitrogen isotope it is present in ammonium chloride. So now after growing that culture, they need to wash the old medium. That means they need to wash that culture to clean that old medium. Old medium is ammonium chloride with nitrogen isotope. They need to clean it first, and after that these bacteria are transferred into the light ammonium chloride. That means this ammonium chloride consists a normal nitrogen. The samples were removed at regular intervals over a period of several generations. DNA was extracted from the samples of the bacteria. The DNA extraction is same through centrifugate by using cesium chloride. Okay, so now what happens? We are discussed in first point now. When they are cultured in that bacteria in the nitrogen isotope, the DNA become heavy DNA. So after several generations, we are taking out that bacteria and washed the that nitrogen isotope medium, washed it, and freshly they are introduced into the light nitrogen medium, that is ammonium chloride only, but it consists the normal nitrogen. Firstly, we are cultured in the isotope nitrogen or nitrogen isotope. So now what happens here? Bacteria again start to undergo replication again in the normal medium. In normal medium, nitrogen source is normal nitrogen, N14 is the source. Then here gradually they are start to using the normal nitrogen N14 to synthesize that nitrogen bases. So let's see this photograph. We discussed this first two steps in this diagram. That is first step, this one. We are cultured that bacteria in N15 containing medium. That is N15 containing ammonium chloride medium. Am I correct? Yes. So N15 containing ammonium chloride medium. As a result, what happens? The DNA. So we are showing that medium with a red color. That means this red indicates that nitrogen isotope N15. Okay, so now the bacteria which grow in this culture, their DNA becoming like this. Remember it. So heavy DNA, because here the nitrogen source is only isotope. Now what we did, we washed that old medium and this bacteria introduced into the normal growing in a N14 medium. So again N14 containing ammonium chloride medium. So this we are representing with a blue color. So then what happens, already the bacteria having heavy DNA. Okay, so then during replication, already we discussed in previous class, no, during semi-conservative, what happens? These two strands. So here the strands are represented with the red color. No? These two strands are separated first during semi-conservative. Two strands are separated first, and then each strand synthesize their own new DNA. So then what happens here? This strand, one strand synthesizes its own DNA, that is we are represent. That is the blue color indicates that here the nitrogen source is from the normal nitrogen N14 only. That's why it is blue. The red color indicates that heavy nitrogen isotope, and blue color indicates the normal nitrogen N14. So similarly, this DNA is also forms like this. So that is the representation here. So one strand with the N15 and the blue color strand with this N14 normal light nitrogen and heavy nitrogen. So it is clear that semi-conservative. Now this is the first generation, and in next generation what happens, again these two strands are separated. So that means this is separated like this, and this side it is separated. Now medium is normal nitrogen only, no, second generation is also continuing in the normal nitrogen. That's why for this DNA, the nitrogen from this, the nitrogen, it will from the light nitrogen only. That's why again it is hybrid, we will called as hybrid. Why we will call hybrid? Because one strand is N15, another strand is N14. That's why it is hybrid. But here it is normal. This is a light nitrogen N14, no, then medium also considers that N14. So that's why the both the strands having that N14 medium. So 50% in the second generation, 50% is hybrid DNA. That means having both the strands, one strand with the nitrogen isotope and another strand with light nitrogen. Whereas 50% of DNA molecule with the N14 DNA. Now, same in third generation. If they observe third generation, then this, there is no change in this, because it is N14. N14, both the strands are having N14, and the medium also consider that N14. That's why both strand. And here again it is separated, one strand with this light DNA and another strand with the heavy DNA. Then again it produce one is completely normal and another one again hybrid. So in third generation, total 4 DNA molecules are formed. In that 4 DNA molecules, only 1 by 4 is hybrid, 25% only. 25% of DNA is hybrid, and remaining 75% of DNA is with light nitrogen. So let's remember these points. The density of a DNA molecule is directly proportional to the percentage of N15 or maybe N14 atoms it contains. Remember this point. The density of DNA molecule is directly proportional to the percentage of N15 or N14 atoms it contains. If replication is semi-conservative, the density of DNA molecule decrease during culture in the N14 medium. If it is not decrease, then it is not a semi-conservative. If it is semi-conservative, the density of DNA molecule decreases during in culture. Which density? N15 densities decreases generation after generation. We saw in first generation 50% with the heavy DNA, but in second or third generation it become 25%. So it is gradually decreases. So after one generation, that means 20 minutes, every 20 minutes, by Escherichia coli completes its life cycle. So after one generation, 20 minutes, all DNA molecules would be hybrid in first generation. Their density would be half between that expected for totally heavy and totally light DNA. Half, that means whatever the DNA molecules are formed, half strand, one strand is light and another strand with heavy. That's why we will call it as the hybrids. After second generation, 40 minutes, the newly synthesized strands will continue to contain only light isotope as they are now growing on ammonium chloride medium with light nitrogen. Two types of bands would appear in the gradient. These contain N15, N14 hybrids as well as only N14 is also observed. Already we discussed in that diagram. Again, see here it is mentioned. So first what we did, we are cultured bacteria in N15 medium, that is N15 containing ammonium chloride medium, and after that we are transferred. So what we did, we separated their DNA. Then what happens, the DNA consists, all the DNA consists heavy nitrogen. Clear? That's why it is considered as heavy DNA. That means DNA with the nitrogen isotope. Heavy DNA. So heavy DNA. So here in this diagram, heavy DNA, it is mentioned with newly synthesized strand with a dark, and a light line indicates the old, or two DNAs we are with depending on the two lines, dark line and light line, two lines. Now, this heavy DNA containing Escherichia coli, E. coli, is transferred into the light nitrogen containing medium. That is again here also NH4Cl, ammonium chloride only. But here it is N14, light nitrogen, and in first it is cultured in isotope nitrogen. Now what happens? We are first we apply the replication. Observe the replication, first replication or first generation after 20 minutes. What happens? Whatever the DNA are produced or formed, new DNA are formed, all are hybrid. In that half of the, that means one strand is N14 and one strand is N15. N15 one strand and N14 one strand. Half of are present after 20 minutes. Then again, so here remember it, the light one, it is mentioned with the N14 and darker one is the N15. Remember this one, N15, and the lighter strand is light nitrogen N14. Okay, so now in second generation, means after 40 minutes, what happens? There are, so this DNA molecule, two strands, no, it produce two DNA molecule. One is hybrid, another one is normal with light nitrogen. And again, this DNA molecule produce two DNA. One is with the light DNA, that is N14, and another with again hybrid. That means in second generation 50%, but in first generation all are 100%, it is hybrid, and in second generation it become 50%. 50% is hybrid and 50% is normal DNA, that is light DNA. So we are given one point now, the concentration gradient of DNA is decreases when it is going on. So heavy nitrogen, if it is semi-conservative, generation after generation, the density of this heavy DNA is decreases. That indicates that it is a semi-conservative. So here it is a same representation again to understand properly. But here this is first generation 20 minutes, and it is given every 30 minutes. Actually, as per our textbook, it is 40 minutes, every 40 minutes. Okay, so same, it is in color representation. So when it is cultured in here, the coloring is different. So here this red color indicates that normal, these strands, and here in N15 isotope nitrogen is, it indicates the blue color. Remember that. You need to go through it properly. Same representation what the previous pictures we discussed, it is also same, but here some coloration is different. So that's why please identify that labeling properly. So N14 red color and N15 it is in blue color. Then in first generation when it is cultured, this N15 in the normal medium, that means light medium, then it produces 100% of 100% hybrid DNA molecules. And when these after 40 minutes, next in second generation, what happens? The 50% of is the hybrid and 50% is the normal light DNA molecules are synthesized. With increased period of growth in light medium, a higher and higher percentage of DNA present would be light. So the growth period, when you increased first 20 minutes, 40 minutes, 80 minutes, 120 minutes, one, like that, if it is increased every, sorry, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, for every 20 minutes the generation is changed. So when you go growing period in that light medium, it is higher and higher, it is increases, then the percentage of light DNA, N14 DNA, N14 DNA is increased higher and higher. As long as replication continued semi-conservatively, the original heavy parental strands would remain intact. That means intact means not damaged, remained and present in hybrid DNA molecule, but will occupy a smaller and smaller percentage of total DNA. So smaller and smaller. If you go to the first generation, 50%, 100%, second generation, 50, third generation, how many will form? Second generation, total 4 DNA molecules are formed. Then in third generation, it will double. That means 8. In that 8, only 2 out of 8. 2 by 8. That means How much? 2 by 8, nothing but 1 by 4, that is 25%. Again, in the next generation it becomes 16. In that also only 2 DNA consists that heavy DNA molecules. So in first generation 2 DNA molecules are formed. In second generation 4 DNA, third generation 8, and in fourth generation 16, fifth generation 32. So when the generation is increasing, the number of newly formed DNA is increasing. So in that increasing DNA, in first generation 100% are hybrid DNA. That means every DNA molecule consists heavy DNA strand. That means DNA one strand it consists N15. And in second generation 4 molecules are formed. In that only 50% of the DNA molecule consists that N15. N15. And when comes to the third generation, only 25% consists N15. That too it is present in the hybrid form, not in whole. And in fourth generation it become 2 by 16. That means 1 by 8. 1 by 8. That is 1 by 8. How we can calculate that 1 by 8? It become 1 by 8% of this N15. And in next generation, fifth generation, it become 2 by 32, nothing but 1 by 16. 1 by 16th percentage of that DNA having that. That means smaller and smaller percentage of this heavy DNA is present in the form of hybrid. The results of this Michelson and Stahl experiment ruled out the possibility of conservative and dispersive modes of replication and supported semi-conservative DNA replication. So ruled out means it is not possible to occur conservative or maybe dispersive mode. It is supported, this experiment supported to semi-conservative DNA replication. Semi-conservative DNA replication was first shown in Escherichia coli by this Michelson and Stahl. This already we discussed in this part. In 1958, semi-conservative replication was shown for the first time in eukaryotic chromosomes in the root tip cells of Vicia faba. It is a plant, faba bean, commonly called as, by Herbert Taylor and Philip Woods and Walter Hughes. These scientists shown this semi-conservative replication in eukaryotic chromosomes. Michelson and Stahl shown this semi-conservative replication in Escherichia coli. Escherichia coli is a prokaryotes. Is a prokaryote. So that the semi-conservative DNA replication shown in bacteria by Michelson are shown in prokaryote by Michelson and Stahl, and in eukaryotes by Herbert Taylor, Philip Woods, and Walter Hughes. They shown this semi-conservative replication in eukaryotic chromosomes, and their experimental material is Vicia faba. It is a plant, and in this plant they are used the root tip cells, and in this experiment they are used in prokaryotic semi-conservation. In these prokaryotes they are used the isotope nitrogen source. Medium is a ammonium chloride. Ammonium chloride they are used as a medium, but they are used isotope containing thymidine medium they are used for showing this semi-conservative replication in eukaryotes. So this is a overall representation of this semi-conservative replication. So when they are here, again we are showing with a red color. So don't confuse it. Observe the labeling properly. So it is very easy to understand the replication. If you understand properly, and it is very easy to write. So here we are showing that a newly formed DNA molecule having one old strand, one new strand. That is the concept. In this experiment, we are proving that the newly formed strand having one old DNA strand and one newly formed strand. To show that, we are explaining this experiment. Okay. So now here the DNA, it is synthesized in isotope, nitrogen isotope, that is N15. That's why the DNA having all the nitrogen present in this DNA is N15. And here the blue strand indicates that light nitrogen N14. This one. That means this DNA is transferred into the medium, into this. Then what happens when this DNA is undergo replication? It needs the nitrogen source to synthesize the new strand. Am I correct? So then here the nitrogen source is N14. That's why by using that N14, it synthesizes the new strand. So that's why old strand is this heavy DNA. And the newly formed strand is this blue color one. Why it is blue? Because it is cultured in that medium. That medium contain only that N14 nitrogen. That's why it is used that nitrogen to synthesize the new DNA. Okay, so we said that if it is semi-conservative, generation after generation, the heavy DNA, that means DNA with N15 is decreases. In these three diagrams we are observing. So first it is introduced, this is introduced into the N14 medium. 100% of newly formed DNA is hybrid. That means it consists one strand is heavy DNA. When again it is continue in the second generation, it reduces to 50%. That means only out of 4 DNA molecule, 2 DNA molecules having heavy DNA, nitrogen 15 present in that. That too, in that full molecule, half of the molecule having heavy DNA and half of that strand is normal, light. Okay, I think you're all understood well. Otherwise, listen again and again.